Hello everyone, it's me, Mixels, and Tort, and the MCPD. Welcome to Mixels B.F.C.I. Camp 5B, where we will finally sort out the crimes. But first, we have 17 confessionals to get through, including Nick's Butt's death wish. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I really didn't expect reports coming from Tickets and Busto all of a sudden. It's truly saddening to see some of our fellow Mixel friends being slaughtered by heartless people, aka the Lego minifigures. But hey, at least the MCPD members captured tons of pictures and fed us with useful information with the investigation. As a result, we could use those to find out who did which crime. Can't wait to see the culprits' reactions when we catch them right on the spot, and see them being put in jail where they belong. When that happens, we need to commemorate it with a group photo. Who's on board with me? I want to bet that Mixels and Torts didn't even have an idea for the next challenge, so they secretly came to consensus that they could use the opportunity of the crime scenes and 5 suspects to make this the 5th challenge of Mixels B.F.C.I. camp. I don't have an issue with that because we've already endured 3 challenges revolving around luck. So this challenge is a breath of fresh air, not just to me, but to many other contestants left in the game. I just hope I can pull this off without any issues and I'll be A-okay. Achoo! Excuse me, I need tissues.
Let me just say this. Did any of you notice how funny the suspects' last names were? I mean, their last names were literally named after the color of their clothing. That's just hysterical to me. Their parents must be lazy and probably used an online last name generator to help them determine a last name for their child. That's just depressing. My last name is Syrup. Tooth Syrup is my whole name. Hold on a second. Tooth Syrup? Oh, what's wrong with my parents? This name is such a disgrace to me. My old name is an indirect reference to tooth serum, a drug. A drug!
Is it possible for a culprit to commit 2 crimes at 2 separate crime scenes? Yes, of course. I was thinking of that in my head, but when more information was spilled out with one of them clearly stating that each one is responsible for at least one of the victims' demise, all my theories were thrown out of the window. Quite literally, yeah. Tickets, if this is your brand new way to greet Mixels, then I'm worried about your intelligence. Yeah, right. I'm not dumb enough to think breaking through glass is a way to greet others. My IQ levels aren't negative, you know. I don't care what your IQ level is. I just want you to know that you're in debt because you just broke the window in this confessional corner. Are you not concerned? Can't blame anyone but me for all of this.
Which brand of camera did the MCPD members Busto and Tickets use to capture the crime scene photos anyway? I'm very curious about that because for all my life I can't seem to figure this out. And I am an expert when it comes to cameras and video recorders. Maybe if I ask them, they could tell me the brand. I might buy one of those if I have the chance. I gotta say, I'm totally a sucker for black and white photos. I love these types of photos because they give me memories of my older days, which till this day I still treasure in my heart. Seeing the suspects' weapon of choice, I honestly think Margot and Linda are very dumb because they used something that's important and valuable to them as a weapon to commit a crime. That's just sad. I mean, the trophy and the golden dagger are now forever tainted with disgust because of the things they've done to the victims. Even if the victims did horrible things to them, disembodying them into pieces is cruel and inexcusable. Once we solve the mystery, they should be put to jail and hopefully they can reflect on what they've done. This is Aptor with a sincere message to the audience watching this TV show. I love how Busto took a jab at Tickets for not concentrating while taking notes. One of the suspects' profiles even mentioned that. Busto ascribed some humor. Ha 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 ha. Anyways, the fallen victims must have had bad blood with the suspects, or else all this tragedy wouldn't have happened. But on the bright side, they can be rebuilt back to normal with the right Lego builder. Who's going to be the builder that revives the Mixels? Oh, I think Nicholas would know the right guy for this job. Nicholas is the name, I think. Gotta ask Nicholas now. See you soon.
I am quite surprised by this. A challenge that's original and looks fun to do. Hooray! No, I'm not implying that the previous few challenges were boring. What I mean is that the last few challenges pale in comparison to this one. I'm down with this. We were given a handful of information, so we don't have to question the suspects one by one. Boy, can you imagine that? Those suspects would have been annoyed by our questions, and by then, they would flee. I guarantee it. Also, I've been holding on to these cherries for far too long. Slop, 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 slop.
My initial reaction when knowing what this week's challenge was about was literally me screaming internally. I'm so pumped for this. Crime investigation? Count me in. To be fair, I've had a lot of fun doing this challenge. It's not overly simple and it can be done within a minute or two, but at the same time it's not overbearing like the first challenge with the giant quiz. The perfect balance between easy and hard. That's how the future challenges should be. And I remembered vividly that I won't take my glasses off ever again in my confessional corner or something similar like that. Yeah, I can't resist doing something cool for the camera. Just give me a moment to change my look. When I snap my fingers, you will see a different side of me. Would you look at that? I'm now fully dressed up like a detective. And I got my 2 magnifying glasses with me. Detective Dribble on the go.
If you have a good eye, which I do, you'll notice something interesting. What do I mean by that? Check the photos again last episode. Did you see that the 5 crime scenes are super close to each other? This is probably the very first time I've seen multiple crime scenes that are so close to each other in terms of location. I have a feeling that these 5 suspects are related, as in a big family. You can't convince me otherwise, man. Just saying. I overheard you talking to yourself here. Did you meet a ghost or something? What? No! There aren't ghosts in here. This is the confessional corner. Of course I'm talking to myself. Excluding the cameraman, that is. Whoops! Didn't know. Alright, Busto. You don't have any more business here, right? Please go, so I can continue. I don't think the 5 suspects are related. Check the last names list again. Stupid me! All this time I'm making a fool of myself. Blah. I know my fellow MCPD members, Busto and Tickets meant good intentions, but I honestly don't need to be constantly reminded about the fact that I obtained a boost pack in a lucky draw around 2 episodes ago. I am fully aware of where I currently stand in the game. I will use my boost pack wisely, that's for sure. Oh, and to Busto and Tickets. Or the both of you. Don't put pressure on me by saying that I can ace this crime investigation challenge simply because I'm a cop. That makes me even more nervous and might backfire. Luckily, I seem to get the hang of it and cruise through this challenge with little to no problems. I feel great. I'll go get some donuts from Derp for a snack break. Bye-bye, viewers. What Bob requested in the last confessional really came true. A board that displays all the pegs each player owns up to this point is shown in front of us. That's a very nice addition, and I absolutely adore it. With this board, I don't have to trace back and find out what pegs I have. Yippee! As for the challenge, I had loads of fun discovering all the mysteries behind each crime scene, and every single culprit's backstory are interesting to read it, to say the least. One of them knows every time when he was being scammed. Reading other people's minds is the type of superpower I would like to have the most. If only Misto could teach me such awesome superpowers. Hey guys, good news to all of the Mixels who didn't show much interest in the past few challenges. This one is such a big event that I can't look away at any given moment. Witnessing this all happen is just awesome. Oh, and of course the poor victims who got severely hurt to the point where they're in pieces is not part of the excitement. It's just heartbreaking on every level possible. Since we're all Legos, they can be revived at any time as long as we're good builders. Yeah, I'm not that good at building things or fixing things. I do believe that somebody else will be finishing the rest of the job for us. But first things first, the investigation. I'll be off. See you in the next episode.
I don't know the real motives to each of the culprits' crime at all, since the information given to you is kind of limited. But here's where our imagination can run wild. Just go crazy with your imaginations. Even if your answers ended up being ironically funny, we won't point at your face and laugh at you. We'll take it as a funny joke and move on. That's what I'm hoping for when the results are announced this episode. To be fair, I am secretly hoping to find some hilarious reasonings from the other contestants, just to pepper in a bit of fun to the mix. Thinking of all the possible reasonings makes me want to fast forward to the challenge results sequence.
Are you 100% sure these 5 suspects are real people? Because it's totally sheer coincidence that their last names were all named after the clothes/pants they were wearing. Tim Black, Jacob Orange. These sound like names you get from a standard English textbook, no lie. So if they wear different colored clothing, will their last names change? For example, we'll have Anna Brown if she wears brown clothes and brown pants. Wow, how lame was that? I don't want my full name to be Hydro Red. It sounds weird and uninteresting. I think I ragged on a bit too much about the name, so I guess I'll be examining the photos off camera to see who the victims are. It's going to be a hard one.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that the camera they're using to take the pictures is a monochrome camera. No question about it. I highly doubt there's a camera that'll automatically turn into black and white camera mode if the battery is lower than 20%. Because if there is, I'm willing to take the coin out of my eye patch and crunch it to bits. It is a very big dare, but I'm willing to risk it. There's no way a camera like that exists. I just know it. Also, looking at the Mixels who became victims in the photos, it seems like they're all shattered into pieces at its smallest form possible. Wow, the culprits must have really hated their guts to do something as horrible as this. I wouldn't want to trigger them.
Now we read out Nick Butts' death wish confessional. Oh wow, dudes, I did not see that coming. Bach pulling out his revenge peg and using it on me. So uncalled for. But what else can I say? Good move there. There aren't any rules saying that the revenge peg can only be used if somebody else uses a peg toward you. Well, 4 challenges in before elimination is alright. But of course I could have gone a lot farther than this. Getting a 17th place is quite embarrassing according to my standards, so I can't say I'm super thrilled about my performance. Moments ago, I've secretly peeked at the conversation between the hosts and the MCPD about the terrifying incident off this cliff. It's surely saddening, and I would like to make a request to stay with the others until the mystery is solved before jumping into the Nicholas bag. If that doesn't indicate anything, it means that I do not want to be pushed off the cliff. Let me repeat, do not push me off. Okay, I think I made my point now, so bye guys. We'll meet again soon. We're adhering to Nick's Butt's request, so we will call him to jump off the cliff at the end of the episode.
Now, let's answer the questions.
Mind if me and Tickets answer a few? Not at all. Okay, so first, Lunk asked if the next challenge is planned. Actually, Nicholas planned out most of the game, so he might have even planned out that we didn't plan out a challenge.
Doesn't that give you a headache? Anyways, Nicholas will also be the one rebuilding these Mixels, which answers Bulk's question.
I can't keep track of what number we're on, but the main reason Nicholas and Torts keep reminding Cuffs about his boost peg is that he's the only one with a boost peg. That means we have to address Cuffs as an individual Mixel about its use. We're sorry that we didn't know it irritates you.
Lastly, many people seem to be angry about the logistics of this challenge.
Please do not question our logistics. We're doing everything we can to make it work. Besides, plot holes can't be as bad as potholes.
I would beg to differ.
One last thing. Due to how long it took to make the last episode, we request that you now limit confessionals to 125 words.
It just makes making episodes easier. With that, let's get to the challenge.
First, we will reveal each of the victims. By the way, we charged up our cameras so that all of the pictures are in full color. We've also run DNA tests based on what was at the crime scene. The results are on this paper, which we will now show to the viewers. As for calculating the results of your explanations, me and Torts both gave each response a score of 0 to 5.
Then we added our 2 scores to give you a number from 0 to 10.
For your information, each correct Mixel guess, or culprit guess, gives you 5 points each, for a maximum total of 50 points in those 2 sections together.
The blue numbers represent Nicholas's ratings of the responses, and the green numbers represent my ratings of the responses.
The orange number will be the final total, which, since you can get 25 points on the Mixel guesses, 25 points on the culprit guesses, and 50 points on the responses, you can get 0 to 100 points in the final total. Now let's see the Mixel results for this challenge. As expected, Cuffs gets first. Not exactly. He and Mesmo are tied for first place with 88 points.
Additionally, Burp and Skullsy are tied for 3rd and 4th place with 86 points.
What do we do? First, we decide that Mesmo gets first place, since Mesmo's best explanation got a 9, while Cuffs' best response got an 8. Hooray! Well, at least I tied for first place.
As for Burp and Skullsy, we find it a bit unfair that all of the pegs be awarded to members of the same team, so Burp is automatically out of the running for pegs, and Skullsy gets 3rd place.
Yarr! Aww. Now it's my favorite part of the entire show. Time to take the team's averages with the lowest average losing. While we catch the criminals, please enjoy the results. We're back, so what did we miss? Well, I don't think you missed too much, even though we didn't show it on screen. You know that by what's changed, you know they went out. The reason we couldn't show it on screen is because we don't have enough budget to afford another camera. Anyways, the cool consumers have lost again.
Not again.
Vote for one of the cool consumers to be eliminated using the form in the description headed by Vote Here by August 27th.
You can send a confessional using the form headed by Send a Confessional Here by the same time. Remember that the confessionals are limited to 125 words now.
If any of the cool consumers want to try and save themselves, they can fill out the form in the description headed by Use a Peg Here. Lastly, since team captains can now be eliminated, we would like for you to fill out the poll at the end of the Use a Peg Here form. That means that even if you might not need or want to use a peg, we would like for you to fill out the Use a Peg form so that you can answer the questions. That way, me and Torts can determine what team you'll be on if your team dissolves.
That's all for now.
Oh wait, that isn't all, because we still have to see Nixbutt make his jump into the Nicholas bag. Wait 1 second. Nixbutt, it's the end of the episode. You have to drop into the Nicholas bag at some point. Alright. Yahoo! Now that everything is done, we can safely say, see you in 6A. But not us.